Hey guys, I'm Justin Credible and you're watching Pro Wrestling 101. This week I want to talk about managers. And, I've had quite a few of them. Jason Knight, Chastity, Dawn Marie, and Francine. And, valets really have, a lot to do with managing. They're the female version. And in this day and age, we really don't see a lot of traditional managers and valets. But, on the indie levels, we see quite a bit of people, being accompanied to the ring by, a strange person trying to stand up for his or her wrestler. And, a job of a manager really in short term is to get heat. And a lot of times guys, wrestlers, both men and women are assigned managers because, they're their vocal piece. Paul Heyman, for example, he represents a bunch of wrestlers right now that aren't necessarily the best talkers. He represents Brock, who's, great wrestler, not the best talker, and Cesaro, same thing. So, in that vein, I think that's what a wrestler and manager relationship should be. And managers need to be very careful, in my opinion, is to not overshadow what the wrestler is doing, but to work in unison, to be the representative. And, if anybody out there wants to take on a role model, if you're looking to be a manager or a valet, is a guy like Paul Heyman. And the female version of that, and a lot of people are going to give me slack, is Tammy Sytch. Both those guys were pretty amazing. Tammy was the sexy, athletic, yet really bitchy and, let you know about it kind of manager where she'd get involved, and that causes all kinds of, heel heat on the wrestler. But you don't want to get too much heat on yourself. The part of being a manager is producing that heat towards the wrestler. And that goes for the male counterpart as well. You want to be, which is even less these days. If you have a manager, it's probably not going to be, unless you're Paul Heyman, that kind of guy. Back in the day, you would have, a lot more of that going on, but be able to transfer the heat you have to that wrestler, whether it be through your promos or your actions. It's all about finding your niche, whether it be comedy, whether it be a J.J. Dillon-esque kind of thing where you're the representative, you're the business manager of that group. And, find your identity. Don't just go out there and just, walk around and slap the mat and do that cliche stuff. Everybody does that. If you have an opportunity to go out in front of a crowd, try to differentiate yourself and to really add to what the performance is. Because that's how we got to start thinking about this, guys, is this is performance. And what is my part in this performance? And I think managers in this day and age could be very integral, and especially if you have a female manager against, another female manager, or, it doesn't matter. Even if the opposing team has two managers, there's so much you could do, whether it's fighting, in the match or just providing entertainment throughout. Just be creative, have fun, but most of all, best thing I could say is try to not steal the heat, but put the heat onto what's going on in the ring. I'm Justin Credible, and that's Pro Wrestling 101.